Hello, friends. Host Eric here, host Talking with Famous People. And this morning, this cold Los Angeles morning, I bring to you each cognitive function in a single word. Well, 3 words actually. Because, as you see here, we've got 4 columns. The first column is the function, and the second column is the value. The third column is the verb, and the fourth column is the expertise. So, let's go over them like so. First one, expert intuition. The value is novelty. It's implicit in everything that extroverted intuition does. And the verb is to ideate. So it's novelty converted into words mostly, or symbolic stuff. That manifests as an expertise in improvisation. Because if you value novelty and come up with ideas as a default setting, then you end up being most comfortable improvising. TI, the function, is the value of it is correctness. Legitimacy is another word you could put there, which says the successful attainment of a criterion that is distinct from and clearly established some other thing that has an opportunity to meet that criterion. You could say that FI also is concerned with correctness, but it has a different form of correctness. But TI is concerned with correctness and accepts the relative correctness as implicit to correctness, whereas FI considers that correctness non-relative and absolute and implicit. Okay, so the verb for TI is to parse, and the expertise is in calculation. Now, calculation here is not just meaning calculating numbers, although that's how we normally use it. It means considering all the possible things, or considering working through the mechanics of a system abstractly. FE, the value is grace, social grace, and the verb is to socialize. The expertise is networking, but also motivational management of others. I have a hard time coming up with exactly the one word that would make that. And of course, since this is each cognitive function is a single word, I couldn't very well make it more than one word. So that's the best I could come up with there. It's not perfect though. SI, the value is familiarity. SI likes things that are familiar, or you could say the real value is anticipatability. They don't like to be surprised. Surprise avoidance. So verb is guard, and expertise is obviation. To obviate potential problems is something that they are good at. Whether that means knowing that they're going to maybe need some tissues on the drive. Like that's something. Kimberly obviates problems for me all the time by anticipating things that I don't anticipate. And Cameron as well, but Cameron on a TE level. So I might say, well, let's do this fun project. And Cameron will be like, yeah, but if we do it this way you're planning, Eric, it's going to blow up in 4 steps. That's obviation. NI's value is rightness, which is different than correctness. Rightness is implicit to the external, and correctness is implicit to the relative or abstract, because correctness compares against a standard that's relative, meaning the reason the thing doesn't meet the standard is because you're relating the thing to the standard, and that's why the thing needs to be evaluated by that standard. It's not implicit that we necessarily have to use that standard, but TI goes, well, since we can define what the standard is, then we can know correctness as a temporary status. Well, NI knows the permanent status of correctness. Like, NI will tell you, this is the best of these 5 poems. It won't necessarily be able to explain why, whereas TI will, but it will be certain in its correctness. And there's, for many things, we can all agree, like, this one good poem amongst these 4 other shitty poems is the one good one. And that's an NI sense. The verb is to realize. So NI That's what it does. It realizes, oh, yeah, and then, or it might realize now is the time to act. That's what it's in its most animal form is for. It tells the SE user when to act. And its expertise is universality. It knows things that are universal and understands things that are implicit to everything rather than just knowing things that are particular. T, ordinality. Is the I'm sorry, let me go back to the value. Value, efficacy, effectiveness. Verb, optimize, make things more effective. A better way to be the thing that it is, whatever it is. Attainment of better teleological consistency. And the expertise is ordinality, understanding things that have an order of operations. Value of FI is authenticity. The verb for FI is to value. And the expertise for FI, I said here equivalency. You could also say particularism. But I think FI's real expertise is seeing how individuals' expressions of self have equivalency rather than so much the fact that they're all unique. They have equivalency of value or something like that, or worth. Okay, so SC, the value is change. The verb is decide. Stop thinking about it. Stop talking about it. Damn, man. Or, follow through on decisions. Execute. Could be execute. I think execute's a better verb. Let's change it to execute. And the expertise is impact. So, there my each carbon function in a single word table. Do I have any comments from the assembled personages? I'm going to take that as a big no. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese. And if you'd like to see more fine content like this, then please like or subscribe, or even better yet, go to my store where you can get PDFs and stuff. It's called TwFPcollectibles.com. And it's full of documents that are more full of words than this one. Some of them are free. A lot of them are free. A couple of them you have to pay for. Thanks a lot.